The construction company Swinnerton says a formwork collapse is what led to the accident here at the Spokane Tribe Casino at 9 a.m. A subcontractor employee passed away and no other workers were injured. Police say a major construction accident was reported at the Spokane Tribe Casino around 9 a.m. People walking into the casino heard a loud noise and felt the ground shake.
I don't think I've ever heard anything that loud before. It sounded like an explosion, just really loud, and the ground shook.
Witness Rick Bennett says he could tell by the response things were serious.
I saw the fire trucks and the ambulance and first responders here, so I know, okay, somebody obviously was hurt or worse.
Spokane Tribe Casino management and local police later held a press conference to confirm one person died in the construction accident.
We want to keep the family in our thoughts and prayers and all the construction workers.
According to the casino, the site will be a new 5-story hotel with 170 rooms, a food court, and smoke-free game area. It's set to be completed this fall.
This is an ongoing investigation. Again, we're working with the local police department, the fire department, as well as the various local agencies in trying to find the reasons as to what occurred here.
The Washington Department of Land and Industries told KREM 2 investigations like this can be complex, and it could take up to 6 months to complete. Casino management did not say how the accident could impact this project. The construction company says it is offering mental health and counseling services to workers who were working here on site. We are still waiting on additional details from Airway Heights Police, but of course we will update you with the latest as we learn more information. In Airway Heights, Janelle Finch, KREM 2 News.
I had the chance today to speak with the Department of Labor and Industries on what safety precautions are put in place for construction sites.
The Labor and Industries Department says that each construction company and site must follow an accident prevention program. The program requires crews to meet every week how to report injuries and mandatory safety inspections.
You have to have situational awareness. Job sites are constantly changing. There's always different people there, different trades coming in and out, and just being aware of your surroundings.
Michael Rozek, who works for a local construction company, says construction is more dangerous than people think. He is not involved with the project at the casino.
They go to work, they do their thing. It's kind of one of those things that they forget how dangerous things can be because they're so used to it. You kind of get, you do 1,000 times, you don't think about it.
Michael says that what happened at the casino might not even be anyone's fault, but an equipment malfunction that was unseen.
It could have been, an equipment failure or a material failure as far as, some of that stuff, even if you inspect it, you don't see a hairline crack in something and all of a sudden it gives way. Or, guys were on something and the ground shifted.
Michael says labor and industry safety inspectors make surprise visits to construction sites.
Other construction workers I talked with said that today's incident gives them a wake-up call on what can happen at a construction site. In Airway Heights, Nathan Hun, KREM 2 News.
Well, Paul and Sandy Vetter say they can't make sense of this tragedy because their daughter was always so focused on safety. They now want to know what went wrong, but getting answers today has not been easy.
He was barely able to talk, and he just says, I don't know how to tell you this.
Paul and Sandy Vetter got a call this afternoon from their daughter's fiance, a call that's changed their lives forever.
And he just said there was an accident on the job site where Anna was working, and she's gone.
Their daughter, 27-year-old Anna Vetter, had been working on an expansion project at the Spokane Tribe Casino for the last few months after becoming a journeyman carpenter.
So I'm so excited about, being in Spokane and being a part of the union and as she gets up at the crack of dawn and goes to these job sites, and she just loves it.
Anna was also engaged and had just bought a home in 9 Mile Falls. She loved the outdoors, her fiance, and 4 dogs. Her dad says she never took a shortcut when it came to safety.
Safety was one of her major things, and for this to happen is just devastating.
Around 9:30 this morning, 911 dispatchers received multiple calls about a collapse at the construction site.
It looks like we have 4 collapses in an elevator shaft. We have 1 unresponsive female trapped right now.
Copy, 1 unresponsive female elevator shaft.
Many casino guests reported hearing the disaster.
I don't think I've ever heard anything that loud before. It sounded like an explosion, just a really loud and the ground shook.
Swinnerton Construction is building the expansion and says crews experienced a formwork collapse. Formwork is the mold used to form concrete into structural shapes. No other workers were hurt.
We want to keep the family in our thoughts and prayers and all the construction workers.
At 5 this evening, nearly 8 hours after their daughter was killed, Paul and Sandy said they had still not received a call from authorities or the construction company letting them know about Anna. Their future son-in-law was the one to tell them. KREM 2 has also reached out to authorities for more information about the incident. We're still waiting to learn more.
We've learned more from your coverage than anything we've learned from any direct information.
They still have a lot of questions and want people to remember their daughter, who they say helped pave the way for other women working in construction.
Whenever she kind of met a challenge, she would, buckle down and work through it.
And we also reached out to the Department of Labor and Industries. They told us investigations like this can be complex and could take 6 months to complete.
The construction site behind me has been quiet for hours. I've been here since about noon, and only periodically I've seen what I assume are investigators in yellow vests who are now working to piece together what happened to Anna Vetter. What was a busy construction site is now the site of an investigation into how a formwork collapse took the life of Anna Vetter.
She was a delight to be around, and she was inspiring to a lot of people.
Tony Edwards says Anna was new to the Spokane area, but already was becoming involved in the local carpenters union.
Volunteering her time helping out paint our meeting hall, the inside of our meeting hall.
Edwards says Anna was a strong advocate for the construction industry and a mentor to her sisters in the field.
She testified in Olympia in favor of a House bill that would have expanded apprenticeships to, or rather pre-apprenticeship programs to high schools throughout Washington state.
Swinnerton, the construction company working on the casino expansion where Vetter was killed, tells KREM 2 the site will be closed through the weekend so investigators can do their work. The company says that inquiry will take time, and it's not yet known if it will cause delays in the project. More importantly, though, is finding out just what happened to Anna.
The membership has really been reaching out to us, and they want to do something, they want to help.
Carpenters Local Union 59 is holding a vigil Thursday night to honor and remember Anna and all she did to make a place for women in construction. Now here's the details of that vigil. It is Thursday at 5 p.m. at the Union Meeting Hall that is at 127 East Augusta Avenue in Spokane, and the public is invited to come and remember and honor Anna. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Anna Vetter was the kind of person you wanted to have on your team. She was always in a positive attitude, she was a strong leader, and very passionate about being a carpenter. That's the legacy she leaves behind.
In the construction industry, you never know who you'll meet at a new job site, so it's nice when you find a familiar face.
There's so many people that I've met through this that are just, they're great.
Missy Barnaby says Anna Vetter became a familiar and friendly face over the years. They met in 2018 at the Women Build Nations conference in Seattle.
She was one of them that I really kind of connected with or was, hit it off with. She was nice.
And to their surprise, these two familiar faces ended up working together on the expansion project at the Spokane Tribe Casino.
We had our laughs, our stories and everything, and we always just had a great time. This might have been 2-3 weeks ago.
They became close, and that's why Missy's heart broke when she learned Anna died in the collapse Tuesday morning.
The confusion of everything that went on at that moment, and everybody, we were just all in shock.
She remembers the last conversation she had with Anna earlier that morning. She told Missy the crew is impressed by her work, a big compliment for a woman in a male-dominated industry.
She says you're a good carpenter. They really like you, and she let me know. She let me know all of that. It made me feel good, it made me feel happy, like, cool.
That's just who Anna was, always supporting fellow crew members and encouraging her union sisters to stick with it. Those last words of encouragement will be a memory Missy will always cherish from the familiar face she met years ago.
This week is also National Women in Construction Week. It celebrates women in the construction industry. Now, Missy tells me this week means something more personal for her now. She hopes to inspire other women in the industry, just as Anna had. Amanda Rowley, KREM 2 News.
I am outside the Carpenters local union hall where just inside those doors, family, friends, and union brothers and sisters are gathered to honor Anna Vetter's life. And that is as we are now learning more about the state's investigation. The Department of Labor and Industries is looking into what happened to Anna Vetter. She was killed Tuesday while working on the casino's new hotel. Now, Swinnerton, the construction company leading the project, says a formwork collapsed. L&I, which is Washington's version of OSHA, tells me they are looking for potential safety violations or continuing hazards at that site. The agency will also interview the business owner, workers, and any witnesses to the accident. Now, for those who worked alongside Anna on job sites, and even those who were only getting to know her with her new union membership, this is a loss of a brilliant carpenter who was, as Sloan Duncan says, on her way to overseeing job sites soon.
Every single time she came across somebody who, like at any of our events, like they might have been off to the side, she was always roping them in to get them involved. She was constantly talking to people, being encouraging, and just you know, bringing everyone up. And like you could tell she cared about her community, she cared about her local, she cared about her job.
Now, L&I says that this investigation could take up to 6 months. And what could we expect from this? Well, it could be the finding of no safety violations, or if there is something found, that could lead to fines and citations. And L&I says that there could be a report put out publicly, but that depends on if there are any hazards found that need to be cited. Shannon Mowdy, KREM 2 News.
Anna Vetter's parents and husband were here tonight, along with dozens of other people who knew her, loved her, and respected just how hard she worked each day. We also heard from a man who was right next to Anna when she lost her life. Those who worked alongside Anna Vetter over the years say she never complained about doing the hard work or lifting the heavy things. She even volunteered to help out at the union on her days off.
I'll be honest, I'm still in a little shock. Here 2 Saturdays ago, she was over there right in that corner helping paint this hall.
Tonight, inside the Carpenters Local 59 building, tradespeople honored the 27-year-old killed at the construction site of the Spokane Tribe Casino expansion. They all agreed Anna was tough as nails, but always had a smile on her face, even during early morning meetings.
You blazed the path of love and light into this sometimes not so welcoming industry.
Anna's husband sat in the front row alongside her mom and dad.
As a parent, you know how special your children are. And it's just, I'm so grateful that she found a path to this type of work. I mean, it just made her come alive.
She loved what she did, so I'm so grateful. She had all these people supporting her all the time.
Anna was proudly sworn in at Local 59 shortly before her death.
The true reality is you can't ever be prepared for death to grab you or the ones you're working with.
Brady Devins was working with Anna, standing next to her when it happened.
The ground beneath her feet opened up like a trapdoor and she was gone, as all we could do was watch in disbelief. In that moment, her light had fallen into the darkness, her hands reaching for anything to grab.
While there's still plenty of questions about what happened that day, there's no question that Anna was one of a kind.
Her dues are paid, her books are closed.
In Spokane, Kyle Simchuk, KREM 2 News.